There's a physical sensation that happens when you see the word free. You might not notice it consciously, but your body does. Your pupils dilate slightly. Your heart rate ticks up. A small rush of something warm moves through your chest. This happens before you've read the terms, before you've calculated the value, before your rational mind has any input at all. That sensation has a name. It's called anticipatory dopamine, and it's the same chemical response triggered by gambling wins, sugar, and certain drugs. Your brain doesn't process free as a price point. It processes free as a reward, as a gift, as something being given to you, and gifts don't require calculation. Gifts just require taking. Corporations discovered this neurological backdoor decades ago, and they've spent billions engineering systems that exploit it, not to give you value, but to extract money you never intended to spend. The word free is their master key, and your brain chemistry is the lock it opens. I'm going to show you exactly how one free offer becomes $100 of extraction, the specific sequence they use, and why understanding the neuroscience is the only way to protect yourself. The first thing to understand is that free doesn't just feel different from cheap. It operates in a completely separate part of your decision-making process. Behavioral economists ran an experiment offering 2 chocolates, one premium truffle for 15 cents, one basic chocolate for 1 cent. Most people chose the truffle, reasonable calculation, pay a bit more for better quality. Then they reduced both prices by 1 cent. The truffle now cost 14 cents. The basic chocolate was free. Everything reversed. Suddenly, most people chose the free chocolate, not because the math changed favorably. The difference was still 14 cents for a better product, but because free triggered a different system entirely. The calculation stopped, the grabbing started. Duke University research using brain imaging showed that free offers activate the ventromedial prefrontal cortex differently than any priced offer. The region associated with reward and pleasure lights up, while the region associated with loss consideration dims. You're neurologically incapable of weighing free offers the same way you weigh priced offers. This is the zero price effect, and every company with a marketing budget knows exactly how to trigger it. But triggering it is just step 1. The extraction happens in what comes after. When a company offers you something free, they're not giving you a gift, they're making an investment, they're spending money to acquire you as a customer, and they expect that investment to return multiples. The free thing is bait, and the bait always has a hook hidden inside. Let me trace how this actually works. A streaming service offers you a free month. You sign up because free month sounds like pure value. No. Risk? Just entertainment? You enter your credit card for verification purposes, and the clock starts. During that month, the service isn't just letting you watch shows, it's running algorithms tracking what you watch, when you watch, how long you watch. They're building a psychological profile of your engagement patterns, identifying what hooks you, learning your entertainment vulnerabilities. They send you notifications about new shows calibrated to your profile. They release episodes of series you started on a schedule designed to keep you mid-season when the trial ends. They're engineering your emotional investment so that canceling feels like abandoning something rather than declining a purchase. Day 28 arrives. You think about canceling, but you're 3 episodes from the finale of something you're enjoying. Canceling now means never knowing how it ends, or going through the hassle of resubscribing later, or finding the show somewhere else. The friction of canceling outweighs the friction of just letting it charge. The free month cost them roughly $4 in content delivery and server costs. Your first paid month gives them $15. If you stay the average 11 months before canceling, that's $165 extracted from a $4 investment. The free trial wasn't generosity, it was customer acquisition cost, and you were the asset being acquired. But this is the gentle version of free extraction. The version that takes months to compound. There's a faster version that works in minutes. You're buying something online, the checkout page shows your total, and right below it, an offer appears. Get 10% off your first order when you sign up for our credit card, free to apply, instant approval. The 10% feels like found money, like they're paying you to let them pay for your purchase. You click apply, enter your information, get approved in seconds. Your order total drops. You feel clever. But here's what actually happened. The retailer gets paid by the credit card company for signing you up. Sometimes $50 to $100 per approved application. Your 10% discount on a $200 order saved you $20. They made 5 times that from the card company for acquiring you. And now you have a new credit card with a $2,000 limit. The average new credit card accumulates a balance of $1,100 within the first year, according to Federal Reserve data, at an average interest rate of 24%. That's $264 in annual interest. Your $20 discount just opened a pipeline that will extract hundreds. The free application wasn't about saving you money. It was about opening a credit line that statistically you will use, statistically you will carry a balance on, statistically you will pay interest on for years. This is the architecture of free. Give something small that triggers the dopamine response. Use that neurological window to establish an extraction pipeline. Profit from the pipeline for months or years after the free offer is forgotten. But there's a version of this even more invisible, one you're participating in right now and might not recognize. Every free app on your phone, every free email service, every free social platform, they're all running on the same principle. You pay nothing in dollars, you pay everything in data. When you use a free app, they're tracking your behavior with granular precision. What you tap, how long you pause, what you search, who you message, where you go, when you sleep. This data gets packaged and sold to advertisers who use it to target you with messages engineered to make you spend. The Interactive Advertising Bureau values the average American's personal data at roughly $240 per year. That's what advertisers pay to access your attention and behavioral profile. You think you're getting free email, you're actually giving away an asset worth hundreds. And the companies buying that asset are using it to extract thousands from you through advertising that bypasses your conscious resistance because it's targeted using your own psychological profile. The free app isn't free. It's a trade, your data for their service, except they never clearly explained what your data is worth, and you never consciously agreed to the exchange rate. This is why free is the most expensive word, because it triggers a neurological state in which you stop calculating costs, and in that state you agree to extractions you would never accept if you saw them clearly. The streaming service that hooks you mid-season, the credit card that opens a debt pipeline, the app that harvests your data. None of these feel like costs because none of them were priced. The price was hidden behind the word that turns off your pricing brain. So how do you defend against an attack on your neurology? First, you need to understand that awareness alone doesn't fix this. Knowing about the zero price effect doesn't make you immune to it. Your brain will still release dopamine when you see free. You can't think your way out of a chemical response. What you can do is build systems that create friction between the dopamine hit and the action. When you see a free trial offer, don't decide in that moment. Screenshot it, close the page, set a reminder to consider it in 24 hours. The dopamine fades within minutes. By tomorrow, you'll be evaluating the offer with your prefrontal cortex instead of your reward center. When you're offered a free credit application, calculate the true cost before you feel the discount. If the purchase is $200 and the discount is 10%, you're saving $20. is a new credit line with a $2,000 limit worth $20, almost never decline and pay full price. The math protects you when your chemistry won't. When you sign up for any free service, treat the sign-up like a purchase. Ask, what am I paying with, if not money? If the answer is my data and attention, decide consciously if that trade is worth it. Sometimes it is. But make it a decision, not a default. Set calendar alerts for 2 days before any free trial ends, not the day of, 2 days before. Give yourself time to cancel while you're calm, rather than scrambling on deadline. The companies know most people forget. Don't be most people. And whenever you feel that warm rush of excitement about a free offer, treat that feeling as a warning. That sensation is your brain being hacked. The excitement you feel isn't about value. It's about reward circuitry being triggered by people who profit from your irrationality. The zero price effect isn't a flaw in your character. It's a flaw in human neurology that evolved for a world without marketing departments. In that world, free food was actually free. Free shelter was actually generous. The dopamine response made sense. In this world, free is a business model. The most sophisticated companies on Earth have reverse-engineered your brain chemistry and built extraction systems calibrated to exploit it. You're not paranoid if you're suspicious of free offers. You're accurately perceiving a threat designed to be invisible. The word free will keep appearing because it keeps working. The dopamine will keep flowing because that's what brains do. The companies will keep extracting because that's how they profit. But now you know what's happening when it happens. You know the sensation is a signal, not a gift. You know the offer has a cost hidden behind a word designed to make you stop looking for costs. That knowledge doesn't make you immune, but it makes you dangerous. A consumer who pauses when they feel the rush, who calculates when they're supposed to grab, who sees the pipeline behind the present. Free is the most expensive word because it turns off the part of you that counts cost. But knowing that means you can turn it back on, manually, deliberately, every time that word appears. If this explained a feeling you've had but couldn't name hit subscribe, Financial Triage exists to expose the systems exploiting your psychology and show you exactly how to regain control. Next video, we're breaking down the minimum payment prison, why the number at the bottom of your credit card statement was calculated to keep you in debt for decades, and the 3 moves that cut your sentence in half.